A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Can someone confirm that you can hear me?
Can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Right, thank you so much, and welcome to this
you.
professional training program organized by Huawei ICT Academy in line with developing ICT talents in the region. So I want to welcome you to this facilitation, to this orientation. Maybe just for the purposes of putting a face to the voice, allow me to briefly turn on my camera so you can see who is exactly talking to you. My name is Samuel Sendi, and I am going to be your facilitator for this course. So I hope you enjoy your stay, and I hope you will pick the very best out of this course. Once again, I want to congratulate you all for having made it thus this far to this program, and we hope to learn from each other, to get to know each other as we try to make a safe space for each and every one of us. I was expecting a little bit more of participants to join the call. That's why I was waiting for a few minutes before I started, but nonetheless, here we are, and we shall not waste any time. So I want us to more or less get ready for today's facilitation. Now, I sent a communication earlier, communication that was requesting you to go ahead and create an account on Huawei platform. I sent you an email asking you to copy that class invitation code and put it in and enroll. I understand some of you have been successful and some of you have not got an opportunity to go through the entire procedure successfully. I know some of you could have been part of the previous classes, but I want to emphasize and say things have changed somehow a little bit, and everyone is required to enroll onto that class for Huawei if you want to be in position to access the vouchers, to be in position to access the vouchers, to access the material, to access almost everything that is provided by Huawei. They need you to go ahead and enroll into that particular class that was created on the platform. So allow me to prepare this material and share my screen briefly, just to take you through the training program that we have organized for you today. But welcome. In the meantime, can I hear a few participants? Just mute yourself, talk to us, tell us who you are and what interested you in joining this class, and maybe perhaps your expectations for this class before we proceed. Anyone, you can just check.
Good morning, team.
Good morning, Sarah.
My name is Sarah Hura. I'm from Nita, Uganda. The purpose of joining this class is to help me make better my security career. I'm already a practicing security analyst. I'm hoping to get more knowledge and better my skills. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sarah. Anyone else?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Mwanga.
My name is Mwanga. Currently, I'm a system admin at Cholo Safari Lodge. The purpose of joining this is to embrace my career in security, because as for now, I'm managing the system here. And so this will help me to increase on my knowledge as long as system admin is concerned. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mwanga, for sharing that. Anyone else that would wish to share with us that we get to know you and the expectations for that course?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Tito.
You can go first.
Okay, Jingo, thank you for that opportunity. Morning team. I'm Berayo Hester, currently working with the Uganda Police in the System Administration Office. My major interest with the course, I wish to certify and become a Huawei associate in security. And I'm glad that I've joined the class, and I will be very happy to meet the obligations and certify accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Good
We
morning,
can have
everyone.
like 2 more, and then we continue with our session. Yes, please.
All right, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Jingo Williams. I come from Entebbe, telecommunications engineer. I work with the UN Regional Service Center in Entebbe. So the reason why I joined this security course is basically it has everything to do with my the kind of work that we do. It's everything to do with telecommunications and that kind and everything that we're handling by the gain a little bit of knowledge and skills. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much. Though there was a breeze in your microphone, we hardly got what you said, but we picked most of the communication. But thank you for sharing. And lastly, can we have the last person and then we proceed?
Good morning. This is Thomas Wanda from Uganda Police Force. I'm in network operations. I'm interested in security and I want to build a career there.
All right. Thank you so much, different professionals from different disciplines and backgrounds. Once again, welcome to this training. Allow me to share my screen very, very briefly. Can someone help confirm that you can see my screen?
Yes, we can. Yes, everything is clear.
Thank you so very much. All right. Okay, just to talk about the program once again, and also a few house rules, guys, kindly, when you join into the poll, kindly do make sure that you keep your microphones muted. Kindly do keep your microphones muted so that we can have a conducive environment. I love interactive classes. If you want to ask, you can kindly raise your hand or say mic check, and then we give you the attention. And also to emphasize, this is a professional space. So guys, kindly make sure that you accord it the respect it deserves. You should be well conversant. We have people from different disciplines and backgrounds, people from different countries, Uganda, Kenya, Nigeria, Zimbabwe. So please, let us try to be very respectful and let us try to have a conducive environment for learning to take place. Someone's hand was up. I don't know if what you wanted to say was taken care of, but in that case, we shall continue. So guys, welcome. Welcome to the Huawei Certified ICT Associate Security Professional Training Program for Security version 3.0. The objective of this program is to help information security enthusiastic students or professionals like you who would like to build their career in information security by delivering information security basics covering various domains across information security umbrella. This training is going to be online, instructor-led training, and also self-paced. And we hope that at the end of the day, you would have benefited, and we hope that you are not going to stop at the associate level, but you're going to go ahead and do the professional level, and then finally do the expert level if need be. Now, previously, it was very, very easy for people to get vouchers and do exams that are provided by Huawei. But since now Huawei is the leading telecommunications, IT infrastructure and technologies provider in the region, in Africa and in Asia as well, their products have become on demand and their professionals are also on demand. Before, the trainings were free. Whoever wanted would just come, attend the trainings and get the vouchers and do exams. However, Huawei has changed a few key performance indicators, and for a student to qualify for the exams, one, they must engage fully with their online content, and I will be showing you how you'll be in position to do that. You must be in position to do that. Then three, students must do their mock and mock exam on the Huawei Talent Portal. I'm going to be showing you how to do that. These are not hard things. They are very easy things. And that's why, because of these two things, this class is going to mainly be self-paced, but also an instructor-led class. And we shall be having a few days where we shall be meeting to discuss on some of the concepts which are giving you a hard time for a better understanding of some of those concepts, and also for better preparations of our journey as security professionals as far as the Huawei certifications are concerned. So these are some of the few things which have changed. You need to engage fully on their online content. That is, watch the lectures on their MOOC Pro classes, and then also to do the final exam. Now, the vouchers allocated on the system are due to expire on 30th June. So my plan is for us to try our level best to cover a lot of content, and if possible, so that we can secure some of these vouchers before month's ending of June. I hope that is very well communicated. My name, once again, for those who have joined, I am Samuel Sendi, and I'm going to be your instructor for this class. I am a cybersecurity practitioner. I am an IT auditor. Same time, currently, I am pursuing my career in education. Before I joined Mackay University as a teacher, as a lecturer, I worked with some of the big four organizations, big four firms in auditing and professional services, as an IT auditor and systems auditor. And I was based in the ITA department, where we would try to understand how systems prone to vulnerabilities, how can we protect them, how can we do full system audits and protect the systems from being hacked. So at the end of the day, there's no misstatement of financial statements. My passion includes mentoring the next generation of cybersecurity professionals, and I do that by working with organizations like universities and also public organizations. I've worked with, I'm happy there's a colleague from Uganda Police. I've worked with them. We have had different training programs, and I'm happy to be your instructor to you. I love to share knowledge and make sure that we enhance our cybersecurity knowledge, because at the end of the day, we need to be aware and well conversant of the threats that our information faces in our day-to-day, because we need to create a safe space for you and for everyone. I have certified in a number of certifications like CISA, the Huawei certifications in, let's say, wireless LAN, routing and switching, artificial intelligence, cloud security. I've done quite a number of Microsoft certifications, Aviatrix and Computer A+ certifications. So in case you have challenges as far as this course is concerned, I'll be happy to mentor you and to guide you. Kindly do not hesitate to reach out. That is me for today. So allow me to stop projecting that, and I will go straight and demonstrate on some of the key resources you need to use throughout this class. Maybe I'll first pause it there and ask colleagues here, is there anyone with a question as far as what I have talked about is concerned?
Yes, I wanted to find out, when you talked about the vouchers, are we paying for those vouchers ourselves?
This is a free training, fully sponsored by Huawei. So no one in this class is expected to pay for anything.
I have a question too.
Yes, Esther.
Same about the vouchers. You said they expire on 30th June. Does that mean that by 30th we should have sat for the exam?
Not necessarily, but we should be in position to book for the exam using the vouchers, or to have voucher allocation on the system.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Good morning.
Yes,
Mr.
Brian,
Secretary.
your hand is up. Let me first take on Brian. Brian, your hand is up.
Yes, good morning, Samuel.
Good morning to you too.
Hi. Yeah, I think Esther already asked that question. I typed it in the chat regarding those, the vouchers and the exams. So yeah, that's it. I think you've pretty much answered it for me.
All right. Thank you so much. So allow me to proceed. Now, you are required to create an account on the Huawei eTalent portal. This is the portal. I shared the link in the email that was sent to you. Let me just go ahead and also paste it here in the chat. Let me just go ahead and paste it here in the chat. But I shared that link as well in the email and requested for those people who don't have accounts to go ahead and create an account. Now, creating this account is just like how you would create any account on any platform. Let me go to Incognito and go ahead and paste in the link, and it will take me to the Huawei Talents portal. And if you don't have an account, I'm just demonstrating on how you can be in position to create an account. Now, this is the portal. It has quite a number of information as far as the ICT Academy and certifications are concerned. Kindly go ahead and look out for the login button. It's on the top right corner. Or alternatively, if you're using mobile, I think there's a hamburger menu. Once you click on it, you'll see the alternative of login. So when you click on login, it will take you to the login page of Huawei Uni portal, and it will ask you for your Uni ID. The Uni portal user ID is a Huawei user ID. You can either use the email or any other alternative available. And if you don't have this, worry not, there's a register button at the bottom. Guys, I hope you're following through. Kindly go ahead and click on the register button at the bottom. Once you click on the register button or the bottom, it will take you to the registration page, and please make sure that you have selected register by email. Sometimes on mobile devices, the default option that comes to you is register by mobile, but we are mostly interested in registering by email. So you kindly go ahead and fill in the details here on the screen. First, we'll look at the user ID, and the user ID must start with a letter or a digit. It uses letters, digits, underscore, dots, and they've given you an example. For example, Jank Wang. This user ID that is like any other username. It can be, for example, if I'm Samuel Sandy, it can be Samuel Sandy or Samuel.Sandy or Samuel_Sandy or S Sandy or Sandy S, anything that you feel like it works for you and you feel like you're going to remember. That is what they call a user ID. And then the email, you provide your email, which you can access because they'll send an activation code to that email. So you must provide an email which works and you can access it. So the work email address is recommended if you have one. And then the password, just like any other password policy, it must conform to the complex password policy. It must have at least 8 characters, and usually we recommend having an uppercase and a character part of your password. Then you go ahead and provide your first name, and then lastly your last name, which is a surname. Then provide your country or area where you reside. You kindly go ahead and provide, where if you're in Kenya, you kindly go ahead and do that. And then if you want, you can go ahead and provide your number. Let's say if I'm in Uganda, I'll go ahead and select Uganda on the list, and then I'll go ahead and provide my number. I'm not saying this is my number, but I'll go ahead and provide it. Please, if you don't have time to verify your mobile number, you can leave this button unchecked. If you check it, that means that they'll have to first send a message to you on your mobile device, and you have to then get the SMS and put it here. And sometimes that messaging functionality, depending on your country, may delay you or may delay the registration processes. So out of experience, I would advise that you leave this box unchecked, and then you go ahead here and then put in the number that you'll see, the capture number that you'll see. In my case, it is 2011. So I'll go ahead and type it in. And once I'm happy with the details, I'll go ahead and check that I have read and agreed to Huawei's terms and conditions and privacy, and then click on register. Now, after clicking on register, that will be perfect. Your account will be registered, and you can click on login and then provide your login credentials, and then it will log in and take you to this page, which looks like this. Now, there are certain things that I need you to do. Someone asked before I continue that, good morning, Mr. Sendi, I'm attending HCIA security and cloud training. Does it mean that I have to have 2 user accounts? Kindly clarify. No, you do not have to have 2 user accounts. As long as you have 1 account, it is enough to do anything on the Huawei platform. So all you need is 1 account. You don't, even if you have an account earlier, you don't have to create another account. You just need to have login credentials to your account to be able to access this material and classes. So when you log in, this is the landing page, still doesn't change, but we are interested in going to the user center. So when you hover over to your username, or when you click your username in the top right corner, it will take you to the user center, or you can just hover over to the top corner and then you click on user center. Once you click on user center, it will take you to the user center with some of the things that we're going to be interacting with throughout the course. Now in the user center, you have things like my courses, my competition, and I encourage you when the competition starts to also participate. Quite interesting, and you win. You go to the regional level, you go to the national level, and all the way to the global level, depending on where the competition will be housed. Then there's my information, there's my voucher, my classes, my exam, my certificate, my orders, and etc. But firstly, we are interested in my information. So when you click on my information, it will take you to a page which has some of your information. And I've seen many of your colleagues on that page, which is good. They have gone that far. And as you can see, there's no role associated as of yet. It is okay. Please kindly do not mind so much about that now. What we are interested in, if you have not done identity verification, you will need to do identity verification before you do the exam. It is not a must that you must do it now, but in the long run, you must be able to do identity verification in order for you to do any exam for Huawei. So I'm going to go ahead and click on, okay, it's going to ask me to log in again. There's no harm. For security purposes, I'll go ahead and log in again as that particular user. I'm using that account for demonstration purposes. It's going to ask me to verify my details. So I'll go ahead and put in my last name, put in my first name, provide the date of birth, and agree that as per the terms, these are my details. So I'll go ahead and put in my last name. It's going to be Kaitesi. It's going to be Kaitesi, and my first name is going to be Michelle. Kaitesi Michelle, and I'm going to go ahead and provide my date of birth, which is somewhere in, I'll select the year, be it in 1999, 1998. And then I'll go ahead and provide the month and then say June 19th. And then as per the Huawei account, I go ahead and check those details. It's as simple as that, guys. Click on identity verification, provide your last name, provide your first name, the email which you use, and your date of birth. And then you go ahead and check those boxes and then click on submit. And then the date of birth, once arrived at exam, please correct the information if it is not correct. If it is not correct, you go back and correct it. If it's correct, you press on submit. So I have gone ahead and submitted the information, and I'm done with identity verification. It's as simple as that. Then also, we need to go back to the user center. Once we go back to the user center, there's my information still. We don't need to do anything there now, but we are interested in my classes at this particular moment. Remember, I sent you a code in the second email I shared with you. I'm going to go ahead and send the courses with you. And as you can see, there's no data for this particular class because it has not been created as of yet. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the email which I shared with you. Let me open my Outlook here. Okay. Okay, this is security. You remember the other message which I shared with you, this message for security. Can you see my screen? I shared an email with you asking you about asking you to log into this class and access the class code, this particular message here. Let me just copy it and paste it in the chat for everyone. Okay, it comes in a weird way though. Let me just paste it in Telegram. Okay, so I've pasted it in Telegram, but this is the code we are interested. Can someone confirm that you can see my screen?
We can see your screen clearly.
Okay, so this is the code we are interested in for security. It has, I think, 6 digits, UP13, I think JI. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that code and come back here. So when you go back to your user center and you click on my classes, this is my classes, it will take you to this page. If you have been part of other classes before, it will clearly indicate those classes for you. If you have never been part of those classes, you kindly go ahead under, you ignore the organizer, the class status, the enter university, and you come here where there's enter class invitation code, the last input box to the right. So you kindly go ahead and paste in the code. And once you paste in the code, you go ahead and click on join. So when you click on join, it's going to take a few seconds and load and fetch the information from the system Do not panic. You just give it some time once you click on join, as long as you have pasted in the right code. And then it is going to load the page and take you to the class enrollment page, which will give you a brief introduction about the course, that this is course matches a Huawei version security certification. You can access the material from here, but we are interested now in the registration on this page. So on the registration, yes, please. Yes, Ozzy?
Yes, Mr. Sandy, I've tried to paste the code into the join platform, but it's giving me some error. It's throwing me some error, of which they're saying that I'm not entitled, like the class is not in the scope of my college, and I'm not allowed to enroll.
Okay, you are part of which college? Are you currently having any other class with your university?
No, because the one which I was participating in last time, it ended, just like you said that if you have had previous participations, they will be listed under that classes. But I have one listed and it shows it ended. But when I try to paste in the invitation code, it throws the other error on the screen.
Okay, that's okay. I'm going to show you how you can be able to fix that. But it comes because your account is already associated with another academy. But nonetheless, you can always deassociate and associate with other academies as need be. That's what we agreed upon as instructors, depending on where and who is conducting the class at that particular moment. So I'll show you how you'll be able to fix that error. But allow me to first continue with this demonstration. And then after, I'll show you. So when you're on this page, you kindly click on registration. And once you click on registration, it's going to bring for you these details. You can choose to ignore these. They are not required. You can just fill in these required details. And if you can notice, they already come pre-filled because they were already provided when you are registering for the course. So once you're happy that these details are there and filled in, you can go and click on I have read and agree to the policy, and then you click on OK. If you don't check this button, the OK button will not work. So it is important that you go ahead and check on I have read and agree to the policy. And then at that point, you click on OK. Once you click on OK, your status of registration is going to change. And you can see now it has changed. Hello. And it is showing pending.
Hello.
Yes, please.
When I click on register, I get a message saying teachers cannot register by this code.
Like we discussed earlier, something that happened which should have been corrected, you remember, on your account. So that is the reason why you are getting that particular message, but we shall talk after this class.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So when you're done and it clicks on it shows pending, that means that you have successfully registered, and now it is on us as instructors to go ahead and approve your particular course. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my account here, just to refresh to make sure that my credentials are still, my session is still valid. And as you can see, my session had expired. So I'm going to punch in the details again and log in. So this is logging into my account. So once you guys put in your requests, we'll approve between today and tomorrow. Well, I'll first wait so that they come in through so that I approve at once. So we receive your details once you put them in. And I'm just demonstrating to show you the request which has just been put in by Kaitesi Michelle and how the process is for approving. Unfortunately, Huawei does not have the option to approve all at once. It requires us to approve one by one, which is a bit hectic. So I usually get time to do that and then approve at once. So as this is loading, I will try and refresh. I think my network is somehow not being good to me. Okay. Okay, so this page has finally loaded. And as you can see, there is ongoing here, security. So I'll click on it. And as you can see, there are people who are putting their requests, but I'm looking out for Michelle Kaitesi, who have just approved here. So I'll go ahead and click on approve, read through her details and see if her details were provided very well. And then go ahead and approve and click on approve. And then her account will be approved. Now, the rest of these guys, I'm going to approve, worry not. I'm not going to just approve now because I'm in a class and I don't want to waste time for other colleagues, but I'll go ahead and approve all the requests that come through. Worry not. So just keep them coming. I'll get off time and then approve. So once I am done with that approval, I will minimize this here and refresh. So Michelle will go back on her account after when I'm done approving and refresh. You see, before it was showing pending, but upon her refreshing, you will note that it has changed from pending to start learning. So that is how you enroll. And at this point, Michelle has fully enrolled into that class. Now, remember, I had earlier on said that they need you to do self-paced and cover at least 80% of the content on their site. Yes, and it is something they follow, but also it will help you master some of those concepts, much as the videos are both in Chinese. Okay, they're in English, but taught by Chinese. It is okay. So at this point, you will be required to click on Start Learning. So once you click on Start Learning, it will take you to the huaweiuniversity.com page, and it will ask you to sign in or register again, but you just have to sign in because you already have the Huawei account. Sometimes the login is automatic, sometimes the login is not automatic, but regardless, if it is automatic, it will sign you in automatically, just like how you see it has signed Kaitesi Michelle in. If it doesn't, just punch in your Huawei username and password, and then it will take you directly to the page where you are going to be watching. Now, as you can see, there's the learned percentage. Here it is showing 0% because I have not covered anything. And this is the percentage that they will be following or basing on to follow up if you are engaging with their material or content, because they do not want to give you a voucher knowing that you have not engaged with their material, because of recent, many students were putting to waste those vouchers, and yet Huawei was procuring each and every voucher for the student using $200 US. That's a lot of money for a class of about, let's say, 200 people, and about 150 vouchers are put to waste. So that is a lot of money to throw to waste. And now that the vouchers increased on the price, each voucher costs about $250 US. Huawei does not want to go ahead and waste that amount of money on someone who has not demonstrated love and commitment towards the course. So that's why they changed their key performance indicators. It was not our decision, but rather a decision by Huawei, and we must comply as learners and instructors of that big telecommunications company. So this is the learning page, and to learn to go through this concept, it is very simple and easy. You kindly just click on the basic concepts of information security and click on this is the first one. It will be arranged in chapters. You have the first chapter. There are only 5 chapters in this course: chapter 1, chapter 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Chapter 1 looks at information security and overview. Chapter 2 looks at information security and host security, where I look at things like firewalls, network intrusion prevention devices, and etc. And then chapter 3 looks at network security basics, and look at most of those concepts in there. Chapter 5 looks at encryption and decryption, the VPNs, etc. in that chapter. And chapter 5 looks at security analysis, things like forensics and etc. in that chapter. and then the final exam, which is the mock exam. So once you're done going through this, we shall get a day and do this final exam. But I'll make sure that I prepare you well, give you the material, give you the content, give you the dumps that will enable you prepare extensively for this mock, but most importantly, give you almost 80% guarantee that you'll be in position to pass the final exam if you do everything as required. So that is it. If you get to the concept, you go ahead and click on play, and then the Chinese man will start playing, and then you hear he welcome you to the course.
Slide of today.
And
so
you'll do this in your free time.
Information security.
I'll pause for now, but you will be in position to watch.
Information security is the process for
with our fellow Chinese, so you'll be in position to watch that and enjoy the classes. So it will be showing the percentage, but by at least mid next week, everyone should have covered about 70%. We shall see how we can be in position to get through that. Then I think that is it as far as getting into this class is concerned and navigating to this platform. If you want to go to the next one, you just basically click on next, etc. like that, and it'll take you to the next course, and then you'll be able to watch the next chapter, and then you're able to review it and watch it until when you're done with what you have to do. So that is the Huawei platform. And also we have the Telegram channel. The Telegram channel is to help you help each other. It's to help you to help each other. Kindly, if you are in that channel and someone is asking about something that you know, kindly be very, empathetic and help out your colleague and give them assistance and offer guidance. So we have the security channel, the channel which will help you take care of most of your concerns in case I'm not available to respond to them. That is another forum that I'll be using for today's course. So for the person who had issues with that error earlier on, I am forgetting the name, I think it was Victor. What you do, you kindly go to user center, and once you go to user center, also I think Viola, you can do the same. You go to user center, and when you go to user center, you go to my information, and once you go to my information, you go ahead and you'll be seeing this something like this: ICT Academy, ICT student. You kindly go ahead and click on deassociate, and they'll ask you that once you deassociate, you lose your rights. You want to submit for a new application to obtain the rights, and you click on OK. Are we together? So you kindly go to user center, go to my information, and click deassociate or retract my application. Once you do that, then it will ask you, once you deassociate, you click on OK. And once you click on OK, then you'll be in position to deassociate. Let me, I think, log in. Let me see, user center, click on edit. Yes, I think you need to first click on edit and then click on deassociate, press on OK. Michelle have no permission from Italian to user unbind. I think because she's part of that class already, she may not have permission, but what you do, you need to make sure you click on deassociate. Kindly click on it and confirm if it worked for you, because under normal circumstances, it should be in position to work. Okay. Have no permission, talents, sub. Okay, but you confirm with me if it has worked for you. It should be in position to work. If it doesn't work, then I need to follow up with the technical team from China to kindly address the issue. But it should be.
Excuse me, Mr. Samuel.
Yes,
I'm
please.
trying to create to register, but when I put my first name, it is giving me some information that invalid first name format, and yet I've put in the name itself.
Please
so
make sure.
Continue.
Please make sure the form doesn't fill in automatically for you. What happens for most browsers, they leave a space at the end of the name. Just kindly do type the name manually and it should be okay.
That's what I did. Actually, it's me who was filled, but still it is giving me the same story.
It is giving you the same story. I think there's something you're not doing right. What is your last name? The one you said they're rejecting?
Actually, it was the first name. Oh, I think there was kind of a
name.
space. There was
Yeah,
kind
they have
of
to see
space.
a space.
Yes, yeah, it has allowed. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you just cross-check to make sure that all the details you have entered are working correctly. It should be in position to work very well. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll take on a few questions now because we are left with 8 minutes and we shall meet tomorrow for serious business. And we start with our class. I'll take on Bridget Chironji. Your hand is up.
Yes. I wanted to register, but registering, I have to select the campus, and our campus wasn't there. It's but university. So what?
Bridget, you muted before you finish your submission, but I would very much appreciate it if you are part of this training because I demonstrated on how you register. And there's no point where I said you provide your university, isn't it, colleagues? So I would recommend, Bridget, that you post in the chat and ask colleagues to help you demonstrate on how you register. Register. After registering, do not provide your university. You don't have to get there. Just go to my classes. And when you go to my classes, you go ahead and put in the invitation code. And once you put in the invitation code, then you will be able to start learning on this page, and I will approve from this end. Is that okay, Bridget? You don't have to provide, just go through the normal process of registering for an account. Go ahead, provide the details that are requested from you when you are registering. If you have an account already, don't worry about that. Just go ahead and click on User Center like I demonstrated. Click on User Center, click on My Classes, paste in the invitation code which was shared with you on Telegram and on email. And I think that would be it. But click on Register. On this registration option, there's nowhere they ask for an university. This is the only registration you need to do. The other, when you are on my information here, under User Center, you just go to My Classes, and once you go to My Classes, here, let me go to User Center. Yes, you go to My Classes here. You don't have to go to my information and edit that information because it won't be there. The only information I asked to edit was the identification, verification, which also doesn't ask for university. You just provide your first name, last name, and date of birth. And then secondly, you go now to My Classes, other User Center, you go to My Classes, and then you paste in the invitation code here. And then you click on join, you wait for a few seconds, and then it will load. Provide your details, click on register, and then it will show pending. And then once I click on approve, then you should be able to access it. Yes, James, your hand is up.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning, James.
I was asking the role, the part of information. Is it information role? Do we need to fill it in?
No, you don't have to fill it in. Once you're done registering for the account, right? Go straight to the User Center. I repeat. Because while you fill it in from my information, isn't it, right? So you go to the User Center, there will be no role associated, right? Too bad that it can't deassociate for me to show you, but there is no role at that moment. All you see is your information, which you use to register, isn't it? I said you do identity verification. When you're done, do not bother with these things, right? Leave them as they are. Go to user center, go to my courses, right? You go to my course. When you go to my course, it will ask you for the class invitation code, sorry. As it was supposed to be my classes. You go to my classes, right? You go to my classes, and when you go to my classes, because I already enrolled, that's why it's showing ongoing. But you go ahead and paste in the invitation code which I shared with you. That class invitation code, it is UP13 just something. So you copy it, come here, paste it in. Once you paste it in, click on join. Once you click on join, it is going to pop up another window with the registration details for that particular class. Now that I joined already, the button is saying start learning. If you have not yet joined, it will show registration. Click on registration. Once you click on registration, it's going to bring the request on our end and we shall approve, and automatically your information here, the student role will change, the academy role automatically will be changed by the system. If you put it the manual way, we may not be in position to see your request because it will go directly to China, and we may take years for us to gain access to that information to approve you. That's why we recommend you use the class invitation code to associate your account with a particular class that you log in. And also that way it is easy for Huawei to maintain and keep their KPI based on how you have interacted with the course on their platform. I hope I've answered you. Yes, Christian? Your hand is up.
I'm asking, is there a way you can change your profile from your telephone number to your name?
Your telephone number to what?
Your name.
The username?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like any other system, apart from, I think it is only Twitter which gives you the permission to change your user ID. But most of the systems I know, information systems I know, it is almost impossible to change the user ID. You can't edit it. It's your primary unique identifier. And once you create your account, you don't have right to change your username. So that's why when you're registering, I said it is very important to provide the username which you are going to be using on the system. So it is important that you use that platform to provide what you feel like you want to use. Those who select the second option are usually register by mobile, get that option of having their phone number as their Huawei user account. But nonetheless, if you have not yet used your email address, you can just create another account. But if you have ever done certifications before and certifications are attached to your account, then I would recommend that you continue with your account. Yes, Sozi, Malik, your hand is up.
Well, thank you, Mr. Sandy. I have a query. I've been onto this platform and I've quite progressed in the course, but my percentage hasn't yet hit 80%. Is it a must that when you approve my request and I start learning, will it start from zero, or it will pick up with the progress that I've been having on my platform?
That I cannot answer right now, but let us, why don't we try and you start learning and we see. I think it will pick the progress. You try it out, then you'll give me feedback on Telegram. Is that okay?
Okay, because it's now pending your approval. Because
okay.
I had to deassociate from the sorority college, and now I'll.
Okay, that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and approve.
Hi, sir.
I'm okay. How are you?
Fine, sir. With regard the verification, the space for the input ID number.
Space for?
The ID number, input ID number.
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay.
You can leave it. You can leave the ID number blank. Are you meaning the ID number, student ID, or the user ID?
No, the input ID number. I think it's not student ID.
The what?
The ID type and then the input ID number. That's for
Under
the verification.
identity verification,
Yes, yes, sir.
you select the type which works for you, either if it is a national ID or anything that works for you. Right?
Okay.
I don't know what you have in your country, but you select the type of ID that you use.
Okay, sir. So what of the input ID number and confirm ID number? I'm supposed
The
to
ID
leave it.
number it's on your ID. I can't tell you your ID number. It's you who knows the ID number.
Okay, what if we don't have ID?
How are you a citizen of any country if you don't have an ID? Paul, you should have an ID, any ID, right? Driving license, passport, national ID. Don't you have any of those documents?
Depending. I registered for it, but